Hiking through the forest, I wasn't sure what to expect around the next corner. A Sasquatch, maybe a wood elf from Lord of the Rings. Could have been a whole stampede of banana slugs sliming their way across the forest floor. I mean, nothing could amaze or surprise me more than these huge trees all around me, these ginormous trees. Life-changing moments, not postcard views, those deeper experiences that really land. Not because the mountains have changed, because we did. We got faster, louder, more distracted, more comfortable, and honestly, more crowded. So, I'm out here trying to see what can be done about that. Ocean to Ice, or OTI, is a 6-month, 1,000-mile backpacking expedition through the Pacific Northwest and Canadian Rockies, used as a living laboratory. I'm basing out of my van the Silver Sasquatch between sections and sharing notes from the trail. Since the last dispatch, I moved from the Samuel H. Boardman corridor down into Northern California for the redwoods. I wanted to see trees, like really big trees, the biggest trees. And so, of course, I went to Avenue of the Giants. I mean, in just the name alone, who wouldn't want to go there? The Avenue of the Giants, it exists because a handful of people showed up just in the nick of time. In the early 1900s, many of the giant redwoods along today's avenue were actively being logged. The forest was disappearing fast. A group of conservationists stepped in, buying grove after grove before the sawmills could reach them. The forest wasn't saved because everyone suddenly agreed redwoods were important. The forest was saved because a small group decided some things were too valuable to lose. It's also interesting to note that the Avenue of the Giants wasn't originally built as a scenic drive. It was the main road. When a faster highway bypass was built nearby in 1960, the old road became the quiet scenic drive visitors enjoy today. The road's greatest value wasn't discovered until it stopped becoming the fastest route. Well, what I found around the corner was, a bunch of poison oak. Though I didn't know it at the time because I was too busy looking up. And that's also why later I became so familiar with calamine lotion. These trees are as tall as 30-story buildings, so titanic that they warp your sense of reality. Your mind registers that they're big and everything else is small. As a photographer, I immediately reach for my camera. It's a reflex. Yeah, we're talking about life-changing moments. Walking amongst the redwoods seriously qualifies for that. Because the trees are so overwhelming, my shots always turn out to be so underwhelming, which is why I just returned my camera to its pack. Coast redwoods occupy a surprisingly narrow strip along the Pacific coast, generally within about 30 to 50 miles of the ocean. The reason isn't just temperature, it's fog. Redwoods can absorb water directly through their needles and small branches during fog events. The fog essentially becomes a supplemental water source. It's one of the reasons coast redwoods can reach heights that no other tree species consistently achieve. The funny thing is that when you're standing among them, the fog often feels like an inconvenience. Cold, wet, gray, visibility reduced. Yes, the very thing that makes it so unpleasant for visitors is the reason the forest exists. These giants become so huge not only because of the sunshine, they grow so much because of the fog. That's where I started wondering if the same thing might be true for us. Like fog to the redwoods, some of the conditions we try hardest to avoid may be the very things that create deeper experiences. The cold mornings, the uncertainty, the missed turn, the changing weather, the trip that doesn't go as planned. Those are often the moments that stay with us. Not every fog event is bad. Sometimes the fog is feeding the forest. Calamine lotion, a renewed respect for poison oak, and a new appreciation for fog. I'm leaving the giants behind and heading deeper into California. So packs on, let's see what's still out there. Yeah, just wrapping up the day here, Avenue of the Giants, and yeah, you can see it's pretty big. That one's huge.